We are back, baby. Let's get the groove going. Let's go. Come on. Come on. Uh, 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 oh. Yeah, we are back here. It's the Breakin show with your host with the most, point guard of podcasting, the absolute self-proclaimed CBB goat himself. It is GunzPicks, and we are live here in the Maryland studios, getting ready for another action-packed college basketball Sunday. Got 4 picks for you that are coming up here at the 2 o'clock and the 4 o'clock hour. And get into the chat. Like and subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. I want to hear what you guys are playing on, what you guys living today. You drinking, you smoking, you eating, doing a little barbecue. What are you doing on this beautiful Sunday? And let's get into, wait, I'm sounding like I'm echoing. Is that, am I echoing? There I go. All right, let's get into the plays here. Let's stop belly aching around because we have, I got a couple at the 2 o'clock hour that I want to give to you guys. Jay Lottie goes, where's my 5 uniters? I, too, like living dangerously. Listen, we're not going to play the 5ers until probably March Madness. That's when I feel a little bit more comfortable with the plays. We're playing this responsibly, and we're keeping our bankroll down to a minimum. These are 1.5 unit plays altogether. And then Peter says he's doing all of it. He's drinking, he's smoking, he's eating. Hit the horn for Peter. My voice is a little bit lost because I had myself a day yesterday. If you didn't follow 2 of my shows, we went 6-3, cashing tickets left and right. That brings us to the immaculate record of 30, 22-1 plus 7.2 units since the inception of the GunzPicks channel on the Breakin show. So hit the horn for that one. We're cashing tickets back and forth. So let's get into the plays here. 2 o'clock, this game does tip off here. We're going to be going to Truist Arena in Highland Heights, New York City. Not New York City, but it is in New York, the state. And we're going to be going with Northern Kentucky minus 17.5 as a 1.5 unit play. Why am I doing this? Because they're going against Ooey Pooey. That's right. This team stinks on ice. You want to go by Ooey Pooey's offense? They're 353rd in offensive efficiency. They're 325th in field goal percentage, 346 in giving up the ball on the turnover percentage, and they're bad shooting threes, 322nd in that regard. You got Northern Kentucky on the defensive side, 164th in defensive efficiency. They're good at getting turnovers at 43rd in the country in turnover percentage, and they defend the 3 very well, 21st in the country as far as that goes. On the defensive side for Ooey Pooey, 361st in defensive efficiency, 362nd in defending shots, and they can't rebound the ball for a lick, 352nd in the country in that statistic. Offensively for Northern Kentucky, they're good on the boards. They're 130th in the country, which is good against these lower mid-major conferences. But the field goal percentage does drop at 212th. But they're going against a Ooey Pooey team that you just cannot back in these situations. These 2 teams did meet in December, so you have that correlation with the line. 71-55 was the outcome. Northern Kentucky was 10-point favorites in that game, but now they're 17.5-point favorites at home. Now you got to look at situations where double-digit dogs for Ooey Pooey. They've been a double-digit dog 15 times this season, 4-11 ATS in those situations. And when the line is more than 17 points, they're 0-5 ATS. So when you see a big, egregious line versus Ooey Pooey, you just got to take the favorite. Ignore everything else, especially above the 17 threshold, which we have here with Northern Kentucky. So 7.5-point line swing from away to home. I think they get it done here. We're going to ride them here. Give me Northern Kentucky minus 17.5 as my first play. 1.5 unit banger, baby. Please get into the chat. I want to talk to you guys today. I would appreciate every situational outcome or just say hello. I would even accept that. We're trying to engage on this channel. I'm trying to talk to you guys. I don't want to do all the talking. I want you guys to do some squawking as well. What plays are you on today? All right, let's go to the next play on the board here. It's American University, right up the road in D.C. Going against Colgate here. Cottrell Court is the spot. Hamilton, New York. We're going to go with Colgate on this one. Double-digit favorite, minus 11.5, 1.5 unit play. Let me tell you why. Look at the offense for American. 230th in offensive efficiency, 22nd in offensive rebounding, 97th in field goal percentage, and 185th 6 on the free throw line. So really, they're not a good free throw shooting team. Offensive efficiency is really low. They are a good rebounding team, but they don't really shoot well from the perimeter. You got to look at the defense for Colgate. 112th in offensive efficiency, 42nd in defending shots, 33rd in the country in defensive rebounds, and 23rd in allowing opportunities for their opponents to get to the free throw line. So they really play decent, disciplined defense. They don't cause a lot of fouls. You're not going to see a lot of bonus situations here for American that would kill spreads. So I like Colgate on this one in this situation. Then you look at these two teams did meet in January. Colgate winning the game 73-54 is 2-point road favorites. Now you're seeing the line hit the 12 threshold. I got it at minus 11.5 when I did some shopping. So you really have a huge line swing from game A to game B. Then you got to look at Colgate, 6-2 ATS in their last 6 games, 3-1 ATS in their last 4 home games. American 1-4 ATS in their last 5 games, and 0-3 ATS as a double-digit dog this season. So you got the situation here for American that hasn't worked out for them all season. 0-3 ATS as a double-digit dog. They're going on the road versus a team that they played, and Colgate demolished them. And now the line swing is telling you this is a Colgate blowout. So we're going to take it that way. We're going to play it. Give me Colgate here, minus 11.5, 1.5 unit banger, baby. Peter Grazia says, in the grocery store, but listening to Guns. Hey, you know what? If you're in line, you need to share this information with the people. If you're in the checkout line and you got, I don't know what store you're at a Kroger's or you're at a Safeway. I don't know what store you're at, but you got to go to the bagger and go, hey, I got to play for you. Colgate, you're going to take them. Let's ride. That's what you do. And then you hit the horn. I got to go to the grocery store today after this to get myself some food. But let's get into the next play. I digress. As we get into the chat, James Ross in the building says, what's up, Guns? I'm on Iona money line, Michigan first half plus 7.5. Is that game playing at 2? I think so, right? Michigan and Purdue. I couldn't talk you off that one. I just don't like taking Michigan altogether. But however, if you watch the situations with Michigan falls apart in the second half, not the first. So you might be on the right spot there. Peter says, I will share. Hell yeah, man. We're trying to grow this thing to the building. Let's hit the horn. Goated says, where's the shark? Listen, Shark and I do football content together. However, we split up because he's an NBA guy. I'm a college basketball guy. And when that works out, we do a little bit more solo action on those elements. So look for us in September when the Shark and the Gun comes back in full storm, dominating the boards in college football and NFL. But let's go into the next play on this one. We're going to go Ohio State, Michigan State, Big Ten action in Breslin Center, East Lansing, Michigan, where the Flint tattoos are tapped. Mateen Cleaves and the boys. Mo Pete, if you remember those days. 4 p.m. tip. We're going to be going Michigan State on this one, minus 9.5, minus 10 right now. It's even better if it's minus 10 or if it closes at minus as a double-digit favorite for Michigan State because they've excelled at home as a double-digit favorite this season. I'm going to be taking them here at minus 9.5 when I did some shopping, but let me tell you what's going on. It's going to come down really basically to the Michigan State offense versus this terrible Ohio State defense, right? Michigan State's offense is 31st in the country, offensive efficiency, 70th field goal percentage, 29th in the country in three-point percentage, and 35th at turning over the ball. They don't turn over the ball a lot. They hit the three. You got to look at Ohio State on the other side, 128th in defensive efficiency, 121st in defending shots, but they don't get a lot of turnovers. They don't suffocate your defense. 267th in the country, turnover percentage. Now you got Michigan State, right? Off a tough home loss versus Iowa. As 9.5-point favorites. I mean, just absolutely buried. So there is a chip on their shoulder just to get right here at the Breslin Center, which they normally typically excel. But in that position, they didn't. So you got a Michigan State team in a bounce back spot at home. Also, look at Michigan State, 8-2 ATS in the last 10 home games, 6-1 ATS in the last 7 home games as a double-digit favorite. That's what I'm talking about. I'm seeing the lines here sitting at 10. So I'm using that statistic to tell you if this thing hits 10, 10.5, closes at 11 or something like that, we're in a perfect position here as bettors. But I got it at 9.5. So shop around, see if you can find the line. Then you got to look at Ohio State. They're 2-6 ATS on the road this season. So this is a team that's fallen apart. They fired their coach. They got an interim coach in there. You have Michigan State that just has to come back, bounce back off that terrible loss versus Iowa. I think they get it done here. Give me Michigan State here, minus 9.5, 1.5 unit banger, baby. Always telling my boys, love it, Peter. You are spreading the word of the scripture of the GunzPicks. True gun disciple right there. Hit the horn for him. Let's go. Let's go into the next play. Actually, we've got 2 more plays for you to cook, but before we do that, like and subscribe to this channel, the GunzPicks channel, and hit the bell, hit the like button, and do all that stuff. If you want to follow me on all my social media, I do put clips out on Instagram at GunzPicks. I'm trying this TikTok thing. It seems like I'm getting some some traction on that one as well, with the picks hitting every single day. So I'm trying to do it, all the social media junkets, just to put my toe in the water in all the avenues. So make sure I share the word, the smart, sharpest information on the planet. So let's go into the next play here. We're going to be going a little A10 action here. Siegel Center, Richmond, Virginia, and St. Joe's versus Virginia Commonwealth University, a.k.a. VCU. And we're going with VCU, the favorite at home here, minus 4.5, 1.5 unit banger here. We're going to go look at St. Mary's. St. Joe's on this spot. St. Joe's offense, 104th in offensive efficiency, 47th in field goal percentage, 152nd in offensive rebounding, and they're 130th in free throw percentage. Mid-level to mid numbers on the St. Joe's side. Now you look on the defensive side here for VCU, 41st in defensive efficiency, 8th in defending shots, 90th in defensive rebounding. The strength of VCU is their defense, and they play suffocating defense at home. Look at VCU on the offensive side, 139th in offensive efficiency, 125th in field goal percentage, but they're pretty good at shooting the three, 68th in the country in three-point percentage, and they're great on the free throw line. They're ranked 11th in the country in free throw percentage. So when you got a team that's a favorite, you need them to make free throws down the stretch, VCU's got your back. VCU looking to bounce back too. They can't, if you remember, the last game that they played got buried by UMass on the road by 22 points. But they're typically good in the bounce back spots. If you actually look at their statistics, and when they have a loss, they typically come back and cover the next game. Then you got St. Joe's has not excelled on the road this season. Their defense regresses significantly, 76.6 points per game given up on the road versus 67 at home. They're 2-6 ATS on the road this season, and 1-4 ATS is a single-digit dog away from their home court. So double-digit away dog, 1-4 ATS for St. Joe's. And VCU, 4-0 ATS in the last 4 home games, 9-2 ATS in the last 11 games overall, and they're coming off a bad loss to boot, right? Then you have the series matchup. When you look at the series matchup, VCU has won and covered the last 5 games versus St. Joe's. So they're just all boxes checked here for VCU. You have them get egregiously pummeled here by UMass, the Minutemen, on the road. Now they come home into their home court where they're most comfortable against a St. Joe's team they typically dominate. So I think this is going to be an absolute blowout here for VCU, and they get it done here for us. Cash and tickets is what we're about, and VCU is going to come across the bow here and give us a winner. VCU minus 4.5, 1.5 unit banger, baby. And Peter, let's go Billy Briz on this one. What's up, Billy in the building? Always cashing tickets. Go follow him on Twitter. He is cashing always. What's up, Guns? I'm riding Oakland first half minus 1.5. That's a pretty good play. I actually almost took Oakland full game. I did not get there to get to the window, as they say. I don't know what window. I didn't get to the phone and hit buttons. That's the way it should be said. But I like that play a lot. I think Oakland is probably the look on that one, and Billy's sharp as hell. So I'd ride with him on that one. Let's go with the next one on the board here. Last play of the day for us, and we're going to Nolens, Louisiana, 4 p.m. tip, Fogelman Arena, where Tulane plays. But we're going with the road doggy here with UAB plus 2.5, 1.5 unit play. Let me tell you why I am taking the doggy here. And not only am I taking the doggy, it is the doggy of the day. Let's go. Here's the dog of the day, plus 2.5. We got UAB offense, 86th in offensive efficiency, 257th in field goal percentage, but they're good on the board. Second chance opportunities is where they excel. 21st in offensive rebounding, and they're decent on the free throw line, 60th in the country in free throw percentage. On the defensive side of the ball, Tulane, not really that great. 219th in defensive efficiency, 190th in defending shots, and they're bad rebounding team, 334th in the country in defensive rebounding. Offensively for Tulane, 80th in the country in offensive efficiency, 32nd in field goal percentage, 358th in offensive rebounding, and they're 80th in the country in free throw percentage. Advantages all together here for UAB, in my opinion. I would say if there's a weak point with UAB is on the defensive side of the ball. They're 214th in defensive efficiency, 232nd in defending shots. But this is a hot UAB team that's looking to bounce back here. And on the road with UAB, if you look at their numbers, they're on the defensive side of the ball, they actually hold opponents to 3 points less per game on the road than they do at home. So that's actually really an anomaly because normally teams don't perform on the defensive side well, but UAB seems to do better than they do at home. Then there's a big bounce back spot. They lost to Rice in their last game. They were 11-point favorites in that one. They got beat by 23 points to Rice, the Owls. I don't know how that happens. That's a head scratcher to me. But they are still a very hot team because they're 9-1 ATS, 7-3 straight up prior to that game. So I think there's a bounce back factor here for UAB. I'm sure practices were not pleasant after getting beat up by a bad Rice team the way they did in their previous game. Also, you got to look at UAB versus Tulane. If there's anything that UAB has feasted on, they've feasted on Tulane. They've dominated this series 10-0 straight up, 8-2 ATS versus Tulane in the last 10 meetings. So this is a spot here for UAB. You got the bounce back factor, just like in the VCU element. You have the series history, which tells you UAB is dominated. You got him as a dog here. You might as well sprinkle on the money line, get him at like plus 118, plus 108, depending on what book you're looking at. I think this is a UAB spot altogether. We're going to jump on it. UAB, dog of the day, plus 2.5, 1.5 unit banger, baby. So I gave you 5 plays. And of course, you guys are sitting there, hey, Guns, if I had to pick one play, what play should I pick? I go, well, we call that situation the best bet situation. Let's go. The best bet of the day is VCU, hands down. You got the series history, you got the bounce back factor for UMass. Last 5, they've won and covered versus St. Joe's. St. Joe's on the road is awful. 1-4 ATS is a single digit away dog. VCU is going to get it done today. Defense suffocating. Minus 4.5. It's a line I got. I think the lines are -5, -5.5. Do some shopping. Look for the books to get it done here. And of course, Michael always with us. My guy, hit the horn. I saw you yesterday, Michael, sweating out UFC bets like a savage. I think Michael had 300 bets yesterday, and I'm sure he cashed about 299 of them. The way he was running today, because he was on a lot of the picks that I was on, and I had a great day. Listen, I went 6-3 yesterday. We're on a little bit of a hot streak right now. Last 3 days, 30-22-1 since February 14th, since the inception of the GunzPicks channels, plus 7.2 units. So if you've been just tailing my plays blindly, you're making money. I know I'm making money. Books hate me right now. I keep hitting the cash out button. I need money. I need to put it in my bank account. We're playing smart here. We're not betting it all. We're betting the same units every single time. So to recap for you guys, before I end the show, I'm going to go Northern Kentucky minus 17.5. We're going to go Colgate minus 11.5. We're going to go Michigan State minus 9.5. We're going to go VCU minus 4.5. And the doggy of the day, we're going UAB plus 2.5. And VCU, best bet of the day, minus 4.5. Love it, love it, love it. And Michael says, come on, Guns. You know we cash in, hit the bang. He's like, I'm done. Cashed St. John's full game and first half. I actually took St. John's as well. So it's on you with that. If you actually follow the Slack channel, I threw 2 plays in there. I threw LaSalle and I threw St. Johnny's in there. So both are looking lovely. You have LaSalle up 21 right now at minus 3.5. And then the Johnnies are putting work on a Creighton team off the highest of highs of wins against UConn. So get it done. Get it done. Peter Grazia, always awesome. Spread the word. Trust me. Hell yeah, man. We're trying to grow this thing to the moon. Tell your mother, tell your friends, tell your sister, tell your brother. Anybody that's a gambler that is struggling and has empty pockets and needs a little bit of cash to go to the grocery store and cook this little barbecue. Maybe you got to buy their kid a birthday present. You know where to go. Go to the GunzPicks channel and we'll give you the plays that pay the bills. So there's 5 plays, 5 winners. We're going to cash today. Let's dominate. Let's go get the books. Let's dominate the board. And as always, let's keep dancing. A bang.